William Prince joining us before the big show via Zoom. Really nice to have you on the show today. Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing fine. What about you? When you heard that you'd be part of the big grand opening, I mean, what did you think?
I I was really taken aback by it. The U of M is very special to me. Just in my I spent my formative time there after high school. I was in pursuit of I was trying to get to med school really, and uh the whole process of it. It's quite surreal to be back. I said, it's going to be nice to go back as a success for a change. That's what I said.
I mean, you've sung in really big venues. Um, what are you expecting at tonight's performance? Because it's big. It's not small. It's not big. It's sort of the University of Manitoba's version of big. What are you expecting tonight?
Well, there are no small shows. There are only small performers, I'm told. So it's going to be great. It's just under the 500 capacity, which is the perfect venue to have available to us as musicians and performers, especially those traveling, from different places on tour. I'm so excited to kind of kick off the whole thing. I I cut my teeth in these rooms, as they say. I learned so much in rooms this size and played them for a lot of years. And it's never anything to sneeze at when you go and there's 500 people ready to hear your songs. Ask a lot of my colleagues, a lot of my friends and peers. Um, I'm just so lucky that I get to sleep in my own bed tonight. I
Yeah.
just go down the street back to a familiar place with familiar people, hanging out with my band and getting to deliver a show in a really meaningful way. It's a perfect evening shaping up here.
Sounds like you're expecting a really special time for you and for the folks there.
Yeah, it's always a special time. I started my career pretty much at the University of Manitoba. I played this little cafe there. It was called Degrees Cafe. It might still be there. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've been back, but they used to have open mic night there for comedians and singers testing the water, and I played a lot of shows at the Wise Guys on campus that used to be there too. And to go back and break the champagne, so to say, I guess, on the hull of this ship. It's really great. I'm honored they asked me and see me as somebody they're proud to be associated with over at the U of M.
2.5 weeks ago, just about 2.5 weeks ago, the Canadian Encyclopedia published an article about you. Does that mean you're proper famous now?
Did they? Where is that?
August 19th was when they published it.
Oh, geez. Well, I'll have to look that up. That's huge. Wow. I'm honored.
You write your songs with an intrinsic intimacy and honesty to them. How do you balance the growth of your career and sound while keeping that sense of singer songwriter intimacy in your writing?
You know, I've said this before that every presentation of my music is just a look at the way I'm feeling at that time. Naturally, things are going to change. I've just tried to stay true to that feeling of, does this song make me feel something? Does this song feel like it's a necessary addition to what I'm doing? And from that, uh, I'm trying to incorporate the joy of the life I'm living. We're always on the go. We always have a place to be and a purpose, and that's everything I asked for at the time. So really, it's just my latest reflections on the surreal being that is just living life and growing alongside my family and my changing of how I view music, how it affects me. And yeah, I started out like most singer-songwriters do, putting music to a journal, I guess, a diary of sorts. And, now I'm looking to go beyond the perimeter even of my own capabilities. I'm always trying to challenge myself with the musicians I have around me and to keep the song and the story interesting while still respecting the thing that people have come to love about me. I guess I finally come to love it about myself. So trying to stay on that path is the indicator for all things. So I'm catching up. I'm catching up to the other folks, and just yeah, staying true to that, staying true to the thing that wakes me up every day and makes me want to write songs. It hasn't steered me off course yet.
Is it hard?
No, I don't know if it's my limited capabilities or um, but I just, yeah, I never run out of ways to view things, I guess. My family's incredible. My son's growing up. My life is changing all the time. I feel like I should get past that kind of intermediate level of saying, hey, it's been going great for some time now, but I remember when it wasn't for so long. So I guess I'm still boring and reveling in my basic privilege and not having to claw and survive the way I did, but instead I get to thrive in the life I'm living. And I'm just trying to apply that lens to the way I look at everything now.
I got to ask you this question because, folks, this keeps coming up. So I'm just gonna ask you, how do you get your voice to sound like butter?
Geez, I hope it stays that way. I'm a bit of a sing talker. I was blessed with my it's the voice of my ancestors. It's the voice of my grandfathers and grandmothers all blended into one, and trying to take it easy on it, cutting back on my recreation.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of this year not drinking alcohol. I took a 7 month break and I just kind of let that nurture me back. And like I said, easing back on other things that I needed a lot more in a different time. I don't find myself in need of them the same. So maybe that's helping, but being around other great singers will always push you, and I guess really just finding confidence. What you're hearing is me being more confident and locking into the sound of my own voice and self. So yeah, I haven't taken any lessons yet. I'm hoping to. So maybe I'll take some singing lessons and learn how to breathe better, learn how to warm up better, and that'll help it. But yeah, as far as I know, it's just rest it when you can and practice as little as possible. Uh, just kidding.
You're going to the right place, that there is the faculty of music there. And you'll be singing with Tracy Dahl as well, sharing the stage with her. What are you hoping people will experience, feel, hear, or notice at tonight's concert?
The same thing I always hope for, that we put on a genuine performance that we're all happy with at the end. Watching the people I get to make music with light up at the end of it is really, I'm not trying to get it over or done, but I love that feeling of, hey, we did another great job here. So I'm always inspired to play with my band, and my fiance sings. So any chance to sing with her is always a great night. I'm always happy about it. And yeah, I just want people to feel great and excited about this new building. Like I'm excited to get there. We're heading over to sound check, and it's going to be a really special place. If you get to be somewhere for the first time, anytime, it's pretty special. So um, I just hope people continue to get what they've always received from my music, and that's, yeah, an assurance of sorts that they're in the right place at the right time.